Hello and welcome back for another episode of Truly Bedrock with me, Mr. Beardstone. I have no idea what we're going to do today. I've literally not made any decisions. I just thought I've got a window, I've got some time to record. Let's just hit record and see what happens. With that in mind, we've not actually done too much since the last episode. We've run into a few more wandering traders, we've picked up some more mini blocks, and we've made a few sales at our new shop. Well, I'll say a few. We've basically just sold gold. Gold is the only thing that's been bought so far. I've just restocked it, put a bit more in there. But yeah, I mean, nothing else seems to have been bought so far. And after having a little bit of feedback on the mini blocks boxes, I think that's something we're going to be tweaking today. Because it turns out people aren't trying to sort of collect them all like I thought they were. So I thought, variety boxes would be quite good. It turns out people are after more specific blocks for specific things on their builds, and therefore I believe they probably want to buy them a bit more in bulk as opposed to a box with lots of individual ones. Maybe a few of the sort of similar types in the same box, I'm not entirely sure. So later on in the episode we are going to tackle that problem. A couple of episodes ago I did also ask you guys what you thought we should do with this space up here, and we have had loads of fantastic responses. And yeah, I mean, there was a lot of love for an aquarium with like a tunnel going through it. There's been quite a lot of love for the museum idea as well. But there was one idea in particular that really stuck with me, and I think is actually going to be very cool, and probably the one we're going to do. Opposite this balcony over here, we have a room there, and we're going to be putting an enchanting room in there, and that's probably something I'll get to today. And over here, I think to complement that, this is where we're going to put our potion brewer. And that's the thing that really stood out for me. I think it's going to be quite useful to have it directly above our storage area as well, but I have no idea how I'm going to make this look, how I'm going to make it work, or any of that stuff, really. So I'm going to have a think about this, I guess. In the meantime, I'm going to head over to the shopping district and drop off these extra boxes of gold I need to, and I will meet you back here once I've got a bit more of a plan. I've been giving it some thought, and I have a rough plan, I think, of how I'm going to do this. So I think the plan is to have an array of dispensers. So for example, let's just put some up there. That's not actually where they're going to go. And the idea is we will have different ingredients in each one. You push the buttons for the ingredients you want. Things will drop into a water stream of some sort, go around, and then drop into a potion brewer somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure where yet. However, I do really like the fact that this glass floor is big and vast, and you can see all the way into the storage thing down there, and I don't really want to lose that. So I think what I might end up doing is actually punching through the wall a little bit and pushing this thing slightly further back, and I kind of need that block, so let's go pick that up again. So other things to consider up here would be we're going to need a water source, we're going to need storage for glass bottles that are empty so that we can actually reload the brewer, and it would be quite nice if we can actually load the brewer automatically as well. So we're going to need somewhere for fuel, we're going to need somewhere for glass bottles, and then we're going to need somewhere for all the ingredients to come in. I'm also wondering whether I should do this with maybe just a single brewer, because I don't make a lot of potions. I don't need to make a lot of potions. I have no intention of ever making a lot of potions. So I think I'm just going to have one that's kind of semi-automated, just so we've got something a bit nicer up here. And I'm probably actually going to put it on this back wall here, which means I might need to raise the ceiling ever so slightly, but that's not a problem. And then I've still got, space at the sides for some of the other things that we possibly discussed, like possibly even some kind of aquarium still. I don't really know. First thing for me to do up here is to work out how many different ingredients there are that I'm going to need dispensers for, and then work out a layout from there. So I'm going to jump off of Minecraft ever so briefly. In fact, I might just go and AFK down at the gold farm, as we're probably going to need a bit more of that very soon. And once I've figured out exactly what potions are going to go in here, or what ingredients, I should say, need to go in here, then I'll meet you back here. We'll discuss how we're actually going to install this thing, and I'm sure it'll all be fine. We'll have fun. It'll be good. I think I've worked out where all of the droppers need to go, or the dispensers I should say, for the ingredients, which is this area. And yes, I have used dispensers currently, which as I'm sure you can imagine, is going to be a bit of a problem probably going forward. So I'm going to swap them all out for droppers, but this will hold the sort of base 11 ingredients, including the netherwarts, and then this is for the sort of extensions and modifications you can make to it, such as fermented spider eyes and glowstone dust and gunpowder and things like that. And these are all going to spit into a water channel at the back here, which I think might do magenta, I might leave it white, I'm not sure, because this blue is still going to be visible up here. So I'm not sure if using magenta or anything like that is actually going to work out. I might just keep it white and let the water do the colouring, so to speak. But this is going to feed around here, go around here into a bubble vator, basically. And that's going to shoot up the bubble vator, there's going to be some pipes that go across the top, and then that's going to drop it into some form of a sort of brewing stand device type thing over on this wall. So I think I need to get rid of all these things because these are in the way. That was just when I was testing how things are powered, because I don't redstone well, and that's why I've had to space these out as well, because if I put buttons directly on the dispensers, then it's going to fire the ones either side as well. So I need to make sure I'm powering the blocks above. So I need to power them blocks there and these blocks here, but even them ones there are going to cause a problem, actually, thinking about it, because if I power this block, it's going to shoot both of these. So I think I might actually need to put this down the bottom, which is a shame, because then we're not going to see everything going around with the water. Oh, you know how I like that. I wonder. Let me think about this for a moment. Right, so I think I've got this figured out now, and I've changed up a little bit of how things are going to work, and I've basically not doubled anything up. So we're using some of this wall as well now. We're going to have Netherwart up here with a dropper, and then we'll have 5 and then another 5 here for the additional ingredients, and then we've got 5 more for the additional things. And I think I may have one too many blocks. I need to do a recount. I feel like I've accidentally upped the count somewhere, but I'll figure that out shortly. But essentially everything's just going to be, like we said before, everything's going to drop into a water channel down the bottom here. That's going to go round here, round the side. Then it's going to go into a bubble vator, which is going to go up here, across the top, and it's going to drop the ingredients directly into the top of the brewing stand, which is going to be there. And then we've got the one on the side here where we're going to put a couple of chests where we can just feed glass bottles into it as well. And that should solve all of our problems on this side. But I do have another problem at the moment, and that is a severe lack of white concrete, and I really want to get the rest of this ceiling done as well. So I think I'm going to go down to our concrete run down the bottom there, going to make some more white concrete, and then we'll come back up here and get this thing finished. So I was just coming back from the shopping district, and there appears to be some guardians. 1 or 2, and a Zloy. Well, I mean, right, now that minor problem's cleared up, that guardian farm, I swear, but I think that pretty much explains why I have guardians in my moat type thing over there. But yeah, let's get back to the potion room. I'll show you where we're at. So I've worked out most of the details, and I've got the system working. I just haven't loaded it up with ingredients yet. I need to get a few more signs in, but it does work. So if I just chuck something in one of these, for example, oh, and push the button instead of using fireworks, that will literally just go around all of the water tubes here. It will then go into the bubble vator, go up there, and it will drop into the top of the brewing stand. So the only thing you have to make sure you do with this is put the ingredients in the right order and make sure that the ingredient has gone past before you press the next one, but that should be fine. And we've also got an area here to load up with glass bottles, which will automatically feed into the side. And in regards to fuel, I'm not going to be using it that much, so I'm probably going to fill it up once, and that will be it. I do still want to make this place look a bit nicer, however, so I think what I'm going to do is get more of the purple concrete and try and get some of that in. I might even use purple behind there in a strip, I'm not entirely sure yet. I think it might make it look a bit dark, but we'll see. It's probably going to clash with the blue as well. But yeah, we'll get that in, we'll see how that looks, and I'm also thinking I might put in a small flushing Netherwart farm here, which automatically refills this every time it's flushed. I think that's going to be something that will be fairly useful, and will actually just bring a bit of colour to the room as well. And I think we are there, pretty much. Anyway, I'm still missing a couple of ingredients. I do need to get some turtle helmets, and I don't even have any scoots yet, so maybe a turtle farm type thing is something we should add to our list. But believe it or not, the other thing I don't really have much of is Netherwart. So I put in a little Netherwart farm here. I planted the only piece I have. It just looks so lonely. But yeah, once that's all working, what we have here is a small flushing system. So once the Netherwart grows up, we just flick this lever and the pistons at the back there pull a few bits of the soul soil down, or soul sand down even, I keep getting them two mixed up, to the point where I even put soul soil in the farm initially, and Netherwart doesn't grow on that. So I've had to build that twice anyway, at least the floor. And yes, sorry, once you harvest that, that goes up, goes across and filters into this dropper here. But as I say, I literally only have one piece at the moment, so I'm going to take that back out and replant it, and hopefully eventually we'll end up with many Netherwarts. But it might even be worth just going to the Nether and grabbing some to give that a kickstart, I think. The rest of the ingredients are here, and they are all present and correct. And it's, yeah, a very straightforward system. You literally just push the button here, that drops down, it gets carried across, goes up the water tube on this side, and then drops into the top of the brewing stand. Why do I keep forgetting what that's called? And that's actually added to that to that. There we go. So let's get rid of that because we don't actually want to make the potion at the moment. And we've also got a small locking system here. So what this means is when there are potions in there, I can flick the switch, I can drain out those three, flick the switch again, and what it does is it will let through some more glass bottles. So I can just manually control whether the potions are getting drained out of there or not. And here we just got our small water supply, which I need to build up this wall here. It's the last thing remaining. And what I want to do is basically put potion storage here. So I want to put chests for all the different types of potions. And we're going to have a big wall of potions up here, which will sit above our main storage area. And I'll also make all this bit here look a bit nicer. And probably even stretch across the pink a bit further, because that just looks weird. Yeah, not a fan of that. We'll get those last few bits finished throughout the episode. However, for now, I'm going to go take a couple more boxes to our shop. And I have actually just watched Dadcraft73's latest video, which I'll link to above, so do go check that out. And he goes over to visit my store, and I gained some valuable feedback. So part of that was to do with the mini block boxes. So I have actually changed those now. So instead of having a variety of individual blocks, they're actually themed. So we have a sort of storage selection, which has got shulkers and barrels and things like that in. We've got another selection, which is all the different wood types, and you get more than one block of a type. You get at least 8 of each block. It's either, well, it's in sets of 8, so either 8 or 16 and so on. And hopefully that will be a bit more appealing for people, because it's going to allow Dadcraft to actually stock up his shop himself, because he resells mini blocks at 1 diamond a piece. And for others that are actually looking to build with them, it means they're going to get enough to actually build with, as opposed to just one to look at and wish they had more. So hopefully they will sell better. And yeah, we're going to go drop off some more iron as well, because I know for a fact that at least 1 box of iron has sold, and I might have only put 1 there in the first place. So we're definitely going to put down a couple more of those, because we are rolling in iron right now. So let's quickly take a look down here, see if we've actually sold anything else. We'll start in the garage here. It doesn't look like we have. Nope. I mean, to be honest, I don't really expect to sell many of the fish. Pickles, probably. It turns out people are actually buying those now, but not the fish. And I see a stack of diamond blocks. Look at that. Beautiful. So iron, this is the iron one. We will replace that. So lovely. We have actually already replaced the gold boxes as well, because the first 2 of these sold basically straight away. So we've replaced those. And what's this one here that's sold? That is gunpowder. Okay, cool. So we've sold some gunpowder as well. For now though, I'm going to change this one to iron. And we don't have any fireworks at the moment either. So, oh, where's my other box gone? Oh, that's not good. Did I leave it at the base? Ah, jeez. I guess I'm going to have to go back and get that. Right, let's quickly set up this sign first. There we go. And it has just occurred to me, I put the other box of iron over here. I was just being silly. I was being very silly, very forgetful. So, in Dadcraft's video, something else was also pointed out. And that is to do with the name of the shop. So obviously I've called it Beards, and that stands for, let's go back, that stands for brilliant, exciting and reliable deals. But his very, very valid point was that "and" shouldn't really be in there. And I think the example he used was NASA. So was it National Aerospace and Aeronautical and Space Agency? That's the one. National Aeronautical and Space Agency. And the "and" obviously doesn't appear in that, otherwise it would be NASA. So technically my shop is called Birds. Or Bird Corp, even, I suppose, because that "a" really shouldn't be there. I could change it and, you know, exciting and awesome reliable deals, you know, but then I'd have to rewrite the whole book. So, for now, we shall be Bird Corp. Right, well, enough of that. We've made 4 diamond blocks from that. We've also made a few diamond blocks from the gold as well. I think we're probably up to about 8 or 9 diamond blocks so far from this shop, which is fantastic, because normally we don't make much of anything. And while I'm here, I'm going to quickly show you what we did with the mini block boxes, actually. So, ow, my face. So, in here, I've now changed them. So, this one here is a tier 1, and that is barrels, shulkers, and TNT, because why not? This one is furnaces, smithing tables, and target blocks, so a few of the sort of villager tradey type blocks. And then here we've got lots of wood types and planks and things, including lots of spruce in that one. There's like, what's that, 24 spruce in that one? And we have a tier 3 one here as well, which is our redstone one. So these are all the sort of, you know, small face blocks and things you can use to make little mini robots and things, which I know I definitely will be soon. So yes, hopefully that's going to go a little bit better this time. So for now, we are going to head back to our base, because we are going to be moving on to the next part of today's episode. And you know what I've missed? We've done a lot of work in the bunker. And I mean a lot of work in the bunker. We have built so many farms in there. We've been building with concrete for a very, very long time. And hey, Striders. Oh, I don't have a Strider head yet. Do you think they'd mind? Well, I still don't have a Strider head, but oh, I haven't got a Golem head either. No, he's too scary. Right, so, what was I saying? Yes, stuff, things. We have been working lots and lots in the bunker. And I think it's time we went back outside. Do you remember the outside of our base? We've got that little village we were building. We've got lots of terraforming to do. We built a giant mountain, which we've actually been hiding inside for the last month or so. So I think it's time we went back outside and we did some terraforming. But for that, I'm going to need quite a bit of basalt. So I'm probably going to stop around about here, where all these lovely shulkers are lined up, and I'm going to harvest myself tons and tons of basalt. But while I'm here, I've also got our little pigman running over here, because I also need lots and lots of leather. And the reason I need leather is for books. And the reason I need books is for the army of librarians I've secretly been breeding inside the other half of the mountain. But we'll take a look at that later. For now, basalt. We now have plenty of basalt, and I've also gathered up a few other stones and andesites and cobbles and things like that, and I may or may not have killed a few chickens. Let's just ignore this. Yep, there we go. So, the plan is to work on this cave. The initial plan here is to work on this coastline along the back, and we need to get in some walkways as well. So I think the plan's going to be to put in a coastline there, have a bridge come across here, and then we'll carry on the coastline, of course, and, well, the riverbank, I suppose, at this stage. And we'll have another bridge going over to that entrance there. But we must also consider this entrance over here. So this is where my villagers are currently hiding. They're hiding in a room down the back there. We won't be showing that on this episode, but maybe we will be showing it on the next one once it looks a bit nicer. But, yeah, so we need to make sure we've got a walkway going down to there as well. So I'm going to grab some stuff from over there. You can probably hear the music already coming in because, yep, it's time for a terraforming time lapse. It's about time, isn't it? really good to get back on the terraforming, and I am loving how this place is coming together. I've still got a long way to go, of course. But let's have a look at what we've done so far. So the first thing we did was connect up the walkway over on this side and then just decorate the bank on this side. And I like how that's come out. We've got like a little overhang, a little cubby cave type thing here as well. But the bottom of the river, the riverbed, if you will, still needs a lot of work. I need to connect up all of the basalt pillars so they actually reach down to the bottom. And I appear to have a couple of random stray basalt bits as well, so we'll quickly get rid of those. But yes, we do still have plenty of work to do below the waterline, but above the waterline, I really like how this is coming together. If we stand on the other side and look back, there's a few gaps on that side that I appear to have completely missed somehow, but apart from that, once again, I like how that's coming together. And I think the plan's going to be to put a bridge in across here. This looks like the most obvious place for one, so we will come up with a bridge design for that bit at some point in the future. And this walkway here leads you round to the doorway to the other half of the mountain. We do still, however, need to connect up the one on that side. As I say, still plenty more to do around here, but I do like all these sort of small details, like we've got a little hole here with some sea pickles in it purely for the light, and we've got a few little bits like that here and there, a couple of water pools with sea pickles in, but yeah, plenty to do. Doing this terraforming isn't the only progress we've made though, because if we head in here, and we'll pretend I didn't just smack my face into the wall there, I have also made some more progress on the potion room up the top there. Look at that, looking better already. So what I've done here is just blocked it off and put in a big window similar to some of the other farms, and it's made me realise I really should put some windows in on the side of this so we can see into the sugarcane farm as well. So that's something I will get sorted very shortly. But in here we've got a splash of magenta, which is looking really nice. Everything's all framed up. Once again, obviously I still don't have the turtle scoots, but more importantly, over this side we have our potion storage area, and I fixed this thing. I did a boo-boo in that I wasn't doing anything to lock this hopper. So when I unlocked it to feed through the potions, it was just sending water bottles all the way through, and that is just classic Beardstone redstone. That is now fixed, however, so if you flick this lever, it will empty the potions that are in there, which are they ready? Oh, they need to be splash potions of weakness, oh well. So it empties those into the chest here, and then nothing goes into the brewing stand until I flick the lever again. You'll see that the repeater on that side goes off, that unlocks the hopper, and then it refills with water bottles. So it's a much cleaner system now, it works well, and it is marvellous. The other thing I've added over here is a recipe book, which is currently empty. I do need to put all the recipes in here, but I'm terrible at remembering what most of the potions are, so I think having a recipe book on hand is going to be very useful. And look at this! Our one netherwart has become many netherwart. So I've got lots more planted in there at the moment, and we've got a few in here now as well. So yeah, we've been keeping up with that, and I really shouldn't have done that. So yes, we are making progress up here, and we are pretty much set just to make potions whenever we need them, apart from the turtle man potions. I don't even know what they're called, but I'm probably not going to worry too much about those. The other thing we've done is, of course, over here we've sorted out our enchanting room. It's a bit different to the rest of the base, but it is an enchanting room, and from out here it blends in with the base fine, but when you go in there it's obviously very different. I had loads of these because I accidentally made a lot of them instead of just one, so I decided just to chuck them on the floor down here, and the books follow you around, and it's mildly pleasing. Yep, I like that. Sadly, that is all we have time for today, but do be sure to come back for the next episode. If you have enjoyed today's episode, then please do hit the like button, and if you really enjoyed it and it's your first time here, then do also hit the subscribe button, and there's a little bell thing apparently that you can click, and then it tells you when I upload a video. That's just marvellous. If you want to see some of the terraforming as I do it, then you can also check me out over on Twitch. I regularly do live streams over there from the Truly Bedrock server and also the 240p server, so do check that out as well. But for now, I guess just have a wonderful time, and I'll see you on the next episode of Truly Bedrock. Bye-bye now.